Hello, welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate you coming and joining me today. And I want to remind you to please like and share my videos. And you're always welcome to email me if you have any comments or concerns or any questions. If you don't want to leave a comment, you can email me at www.reiki, which is Reiki, by Maxine.com. Now, my topic today is why you are challenged. And I just want to say that life is a school. I tell you that all the time. This is one of your lessons. This is one of your lessons to learn in school, but not public school, not college, but life school. I wrote this poem yesterday, and I'm going to read it, and this is what the video is about. It was titled Crystal Clear. One day your lives will be crystal clear, what your path is and why you are here. But in the meantime, focus on yourself, raising your thoughts, believing in you, finding your strength, knowing your next move. Establish a relationship with you. This is the only way to get through. See your life on the road. What patterns do repeat? They are lessons you have not learned. They will continue till you see what parts of you that needs to change. This is how you set yourself free. Challenges are given to you not to make you angry or confused, but to see that mirror reflecting back at you, showing your shadow self what's hidden from your view. Challenges are presented only to change you. No one does anything to you. They truly are helping you. Everything is positive. Wake up to the truth. Relax, trust, believe, and receive. So, I'm always telling you about how you're guided and how everything in life is a school, that this is temporary, that we're only energy, and all of that is true. So one thing that you really need to know and understand is your challenges. Now, challenges are sent to you from your masters, and they're sent to you in the form of people. So when other people challenge you, they are showing you what you need to change about yourself. They're not here to be mean. They don't purposely go out and do anything to you, but you draw them with energy, because that's all we are, is energy. So if you believe that people aren't nice, then you will draw people to you to challenge you, to show you what you need to change about yourself. We all have gone out into this world and looked around outside of ourselves to blame everybody and everything for your issues and your problems. You even take it as far as blaming God. And I believe that you do that particular blame is because you've attended religious ceremonies who taught you that God judges you, and that, I mean, people will say, well, you can't judge me, only God can judge me. And that is so wrong. God is not a person. God is not human. Human is not even a reality. You're a temporary human. You're energy only. So guess what? God is energy too. It's all it is. He doesn't go out, or she, or whatever. It's just energy. Let's just call it he. That doesn't go out to look for you, to punish you because you are a bad person. That is so not true. If you believe it, take it out of your thought process and throw it away, because it's far, far, far from the truth. You are energy. You chose to come here. You picked your family to learn what you decided to learn. You chose it all by yourself. If you have a child, you earned that child, and that child is your child because that child is going to teach you something, and you're going to teach that child something. That's the only reason why you have your children. It's not because of God. None of that is. So your children will challenge you. Everything in life is a challenge, but guess what? The challenges go away when you love yourself unconditionally. Because when you love yourself unconditionally, you don't have anything to change because you've already done it. And so when other people come at you, when you're in that reality, then you know that has nothing to do with you. So there's a line here of learning and growing. I'm depressed, I'm sad, I hate men, I hate women, I hate my job. They're challenging you for you to change. Do you see the difference? So I'm just going through my poem so I can touch on all the issues here. That's part of raising your thoughts, believing in yourself, and finding your strength, and knowing what your next move is. And guess why you know what your next move is? Because you don't take control of your life. You have now established, and if you haven't, you need to establish your relationship with your higher self. That is your guide. That is who will lead you on your path. But before you do all of that, you need to understand a few things. So when you're depressed, when you're sad, when you're blue, that all comes from your thoughts. It's just a mixture of things. So let's say, I'm trying to think, a challenge would be, gosh, I can't even think of one right now. So I haven't been challenged because I'm on the high road of self-love here. But okay, let's see. So one thing that really comes to mind is, relationships, because relationships are the biggest challenge. It's very difficult to have a relationship with anyone when you operate out of the old paradigm, when you don't understand reality of life, when you don't understand that people mirror you, when you don't understand that people challenge you to change you, not to hurt you, not to harm you. So I was always very nice to people, even if I didn't like the way I was treated. And I'm going back to when I was like in my 20s. So started in high school, I went to work, I got a job. It was like a 50-50 plan, like you have enough credits so you can go to school till 12 and then you can work after that. And this is before you graduate. Now, this is many years ago. I don't know even if they still do that. They probably don't. But this is the only thing, of course, I can relate to. So I start this job at a dental office. It's a husband and wife. And the husband is the dentist, and he's the meanest man in the whole world. He was so mean to me. What was my challenge that I never picked up back then? Was to speak your truth. That was a big challenge for me in work. to speak your truth, to love yourself, to not fear other people, not to see other people as better than you, smarter than you, stronger than you, more powerful than you. Big, big lesson. It took from the experience with him until 2000, no, actually that was probably, I was in high school in 1967. So that would be 1980, 85. That's how long it took me to learn that. So, you know, things have changed now. I'm not telling you that. So, you know, it's going to take you 10 years or whatever to change. That was different. The energies are all on your side now. You can change like that. It's that quick. But I'm just giving you an example. So I went from one mean boss to another mean boss to another mean boss to another mean boss. And a lot of my bosses, because back in the 80s, I would dream about my job before I even had it. I would dream about everything. It was just amazing. So I'm thinking, like, why would I dream about this job and this man? And even conversations during our interview, how I knew before I even went there I was going to get hired because of my dream. Then they were mean. Like, why are you mean to me? Why am I working here? Why would I dream about that? Well, it was to teach me my truth. And it took me that long to figure it out. So I would like quit my job and go work for someone else and work for someone else and work for someone else until finally, back in 85, I had this job, and this man was big, and he was probably 6'5". I'm only 5'2", and he was a huge man, very verbal, very, and I'm scared to death of him. So I just got it together, and I decided to go to him the next day and quit. And tell me, I was shaken, like, speaking your truth in the beginning is very difficult. You all of these programs that you've picked up, they scare you, and you shake through them, and then you find out how easy it is and how it changes your life. So if you're at a situation or a time in your life that you haven't learned to speak your truth, do it ASAP. Shake through the process and see how your life changes. So anyway, I just told him that I wasn't happy there, that I didn't like the way he treated me. I didn't like the way he yelled at me. Everything that I didn't like about him, I told him. That was brave. And so I told him I was quitting. And instantly, the result was, "Oh no, Maxine, I love your work. You are wonderful. I'm so happy you work here. Just, take some time. Go home, relax. And I don't want you to quit. So I don't care how long it takes you to get yourself together over this. But if it takes you a week, if it takes you a month, I'm still going to pay you your full salary until you decide to come back." You see, instant. That was an instant. It might not happen that instantly for all of you, but I'm making a point here. And then I ended up working for him still because I knew I was moving out of state and I was going to move anyway. So I figured I'll just work here and get some more money until I move. So that's what I did. And then from that day forward, I moved back to California. I never, ever, ever had a job where anybody was mean to me. Anyone who challenged me to speak my truth, because I learned how to do it. And so it all went away. Relationships. My life has been about relationships. I was in my first relationship in the first grade. I had this boyfriend from first, second, and third grade. I mean, what's a boyfriend in the first, second, and third grade? We shared Valentine cards. We played with his dog. I mean, it's whatever. But it was the beginning of my life. I went from one relationship to another, to another, to another, to another, until I got married. And then after I got married and I was divorced after 4 years, my life continued with one relationship after another until I got married again. And then I was married for about 15 years. And then when I got out of that relationship, it was another relationship until I got married. So those relationships, I attracted insecure men. That was my challenge, but I didn't know that. I didn't know I was insecure. I didn't know what my problem was. So utilize challenges to see yourself, not to get mad at these people or get angry at these people, but to change yourself, to grow, because that's why you're here. So husband number 1 was verbally abusive. Husband number 2 was verbally abusive. And the thing about that was I wasn't being truthful. I wasn't being honest. I wasn't secure with myself. And so even though these men verbally abused me, they were insecure men. All of them, even my third, all insecure men. So I married 3 men and they were all insecure. And I don't like insecure men. And so now I can spot one in an instant, and I won't have any kind of relationship with any man that's insecure, because that's a lesson to learn for yourself. So, but it took me a long time. And a lot of you are more than half my age and have learned lessons a lot faster than I ever did, because you have the universe on your side. They're always guiding you, always directing you, and always helping you. So at first, when you're challenged by someone, then it might be like, a stab in your chest. But then you have to get away from it. You have to step away from it, and you have to see the challenge. What is it that you're trying to show me about myself? Now, in relationships, when you don't love yourself, you're challenged all the time. Every relationship is a challenge. So until you learn to love yourself, you're always going to be challenged. So many of you still don't get it. So many of you still post about unconditional love. You still don't get it. Because then on the other hand, you write about how so-and-so did this to you and did that to you and did this to you and did that to you and how mean this person is and what I studied and what I read from this book and that book, that's what it means. And no, because those relationship books are wrong. Those relationship books operate out of phony information, wrong relationship information. So take your relationship books and throw them in the trash. Because if you are not secure, you'll, yes, attract insecure men. If you don't love yourself, you will never attract anyone to love you, because without a challenge, because you only attract your feelings to you. That's it. And if you feel depressed, you attract that. If you are insecure, you attract that. If you aren't learning and you're not growing, you're going to attract that in a different way. You're going to attract cheaters. Anyone who cheats on you is mirroring you to show you that you're cheating yourself out of your own life. That's what it means. They're not saying you're a cheater, that you go out and cheat on them or other people or, that type of cheater. No, you are cheating yourself. You don't love yourself. Relationships is a big mirror, a big focus on how much you love yourself. You can utilize relationships as a barometer of how well you're doing in your life. Because if you've always attracted cheaters and liars, liars are showing you that you're lying to yourself. If they abuse you, you're abusing yourself. It all has to do with you, not with them. So, you walk around and you're with an abused person. You're with a person who verbally abuses you, hits you, slaps you, does all these things to you, and you turn around and you don't leave them because you say, but I love him. I love her. That's not love. That's codependency. That is a person who can't depend on themselves and searches again outside yourself for love, outside yourself for approval. You want, people can tell you anything they want that's positive, and it doesn't mean anything to you until you feel it yourself. It just goes right over your head. And then someone could tell you you're beautiful, you're lovely, you're sexy, you're warm, you're handsome, you're gorgeous, and it means nothing to you. You focus on all the bad. You focus on all the negative. You focus on all the things that go wrong. Love is the big healer. So to get rid of challenges, you need to work on loving yourself. Now, I did a video a while back on if you do this, you don't love yourself, because I don't want to repeat it in this program. All I want you to understand is why you are challenged. And to grow up, to face the music, see life as reality and not the illusion that you live in. You live in illusion of propaganda, lies, and deceit. And that's why you need to get rid of everything you know and start off fresh every day. And again, you say positive things to yourself. You only speak in affirmations to yourself. When your mind goes back to negativity, lose the story, I lose the story, I lose the past. When you worry about the future, I lose the story, I lose the past, I lose the future. When you want to be only in your present moment, every moment you're present. Every moment is new, every moment is fresh, every moment is love. Every moment is a life lesson. Every moment is wonderful. Well, maybe not every moment is a life lesson. I take that back. That didn't come across right. But anyway, I hope I drew this home to you, that it's in your head why you are challenged and why you need to stop searching outside of yourself for everything. Everything. You're the master creator. You can create whatever you want. But how are you going to create good things in your life if you're not in love with yourself? And it's a process. So work on yourself, and you can change and see the lessons, even if you want to test them. Now, I want to show you how I tested loving myself. It's kind of fun because life is a game. Play a game sometimes. Play a game with yourself. Now, put yourself on a dating site if you're single and see what you attract. Now, in the past, I attracted liars, cheaters, and insecure men. We already know that. Now, the other person type I was attracting was men that came after me in sexual terms. Not about me at all, but all about just, men who just were looking for a booty call. Let's put it that way. That's all I attracted. Now, I attracted those men because it started out that way, And I didn't realize that my thought was creating more of them. So you see, your thoughts go out. Energy, it goes out to the world, and you draw all things to you this way. So I stopped that thought, said to myself, all men are loving, all men are honest, all men are secure, all men are open, spiritual, unconditional men. And then I waited a couple of weeks, maybe a month, I don't remember. And then I went back on the dating site. And that's what I attracted. Those types of men. So this is how you can test yourself, because everything is shown to you however you want to be shown, and everything you can prove to yourself. My big deal is to prove to yourself, because you can't spend a lot of time listening and reading memes and messages. When you find something that is true, like my videos, then you need to practice them. So you need to become that. So you're now not the person who looks outside of yourself, because you've learned that that thought doesn't even come in your mind. See, those thoughts don't enter your mind because you've learned how to love yourself 100% unconditionally. So you're not challenged anymore. And when people come and try to challenge you, you laugh, because when you can't laugh, then you soak it in. And if you soak it in, that means you don't love yourself. You still have those things to work on. That's it. Don't beat yourself up over anything, because you're in school. But this is the school you need to be in, not the other school. The other schools, they don't teach you about life. They don't teach you about reality. They teach you BS. Anyway, I hope I got my point across. I hope you get it. I hope you understand. And please share my videos, because it's very important for this world to awaken to reality, to love, to unconditional love, because before you know it, it's changing. And right now there's a full moon, a super snow moon, I think it is, and it's changing you. It's bringing up all your garbage. If you wake up and you're emotional and you're stressed, then know that you're flowing. You're releasing. Oh, I feel upset about this. This is still stuck in my body. I need to cry it out. I flow with it. I'm releasing it. That's what you're doing. And this goes along with it in the form of your challenges. You're being challenged to look at yourself. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. I can't say it anymore. What do I need to change about myself in order for this to go away and this to go away, in order for me to attract the right relationship, in order for me to have the right boss? Because these people are influenced to treat you this way through your energy. Everything comes from your energy. Anyway, I love you all. I'm here to help you, guide you to live a better life. And thank you for joining me today on this beautiful full moon.